Arkansas and Gonzaga. Gonzaga, 9-point favorites, a 155 total.
So SEC, we talked about this. Their 1 is gone, their 2 is gone, and their 3 is gone. It's like that game Stratego. You know, you lost your general, your commander, whatever the 3 guy is, and you're left with a captain or whatever 4 is. Can you look that up, Mackenzie? I can't recall the ranks. The bottom line is is Arkansas going to keep advancing when the good teams, the really good teams, didn't? The whole conference looks to have been a little bit overrated. I don't want to lay 9. It's a complete pass here.
Yeah, I actually like Gonzaga here. I think Gonzaga had one. There's a lot of, and RJ said this on Straight Outta Vegas the other day. He's like, why aren't you down on Gonzaga? Well, Gonzaga was the number 1 overall seed who, instead of playing a 16 seed, played a team that should have been a 14 seed. Mm-hmm. And they didn't cover by 1 point.
Got their ass kicked in the first half. Didn't even have the lead.
Nope. But they still won by 21 points.
There was a point where Gonzaga was only minus 800 to win the game.
Oh, well did you jump on it?
I did.
Well, good for you.
I tweeted it. That's why you should at Fezzik Sports. You should follow me.
That's right.
It was I tweeted it.
And then they played a Memphis team that, even though they were a 9 seed, the way, like, if you said second half on, Memphis they would have been a 1 or a 2 seed. Memphis was the second best team in the country the 6 weeks leading up to the tournament.
So they played Houston, and then they looked like
Houston was the only team that had anything for them. Yeah. But so Memphis played them tough, and still Gonzaga walks away with a win. Drew Timme basically won that game by himself. Drew Timme, we saw him do this last year in the tournament. There are times where he is unstoppable in the post, and Jalen Duren, the big for Memphis, is a lottery pick. Drew Timme will be lucky if he's on an NBA roster, and Drew Timme wore him out.
You know who Drew Timme reminds me of?
You.
No.
You at Northwestern and intramurals.
No. Although our team under Joel Choslowski, our point guard, we made a deep run.
Who was the big, though, for you guys?
I'm embarrassed to say, it was me.
Oh, so you are Drew Timme.
And
did you have a mustache?
I still remember, and we got to the semifinals, and we played a really good team, and we got their 6'4" guy in foul trouble, and he got his 4th foul, and he almost gotten kicked out of the game. He was so furious at the call because we wanted to win. So I did the old grab the jersey and pull the guy down on top of me and flop.
Oh, but did you win?
I got the call.
There you go.
His 4th foul. We lost by like 8. They were like 20 points better than us.
That was before the flop rule existed.
I made it look like he ran me over.
Yeah. That's pre-flop rule. You go do what you got to do, man.
You know, pull him down by the jersey and whatever. Rocky 5 was their team name, Northwestern. Where was I?
I think I was talking about Drew Timme.
Oh, and Big Earn McCracken in Kingpin. Mm-hmm. That's Drew Timme. So like Bill Murray is only like the 5th best bowler in the world according to the odds. But like in the moment when it's like the $1 million tournament, he
rises to the occasion.
Rises to become the very top and the heart of a champion. And so Drew Timme can be flaky, but he can turn it on. Big Earn.
Yeah, and the question is, like, are they going to lean on him every game? Is he going to carry them every game? I don't know that that's possible. I mean, I've seen it enough to think that it's not impossible. There are some questions defensively on the perimeter starting to pop up for Gonzaga. They started to pop up in the first half of that Georgia State game, certainly. And the guys Arkansas has a couple guys who could maybe make something happen there. Their guards, J.D. Notae, Chris Likes, although Notae's shot sub 30% from the field the last 6 games. Not good, but that's their best chance at offense is those two guys lighting it up.
Arkansas love pace, though? And they
do.
Don't necessarily shoot that well. Isn't that tie in perfectly with what Gonzaga wants?
They take a lot of bad shots. And what do bad shots lead to?
Fast breaks.
Runouts. And what is absolute death against Gonzaga? Runouts. And you saw, like, you mentioned it, Arkansas, they love pace when they are the fast team. When they're the rabbit, they like pace.
You know, one thing I love about Arkansas is they're the only team that gets it. Like when they're up 7 and there's a minute 18 left and they get a rebound, that's probably a bad example. They do it with like 50 seconds left. But every other team, they get a rebound and they've got numbers and they pull it back out. Not Arkansas. They just like
they're driving.
Just go. Just go. It's like Popovich. Give me pace. Give me pace. It's like we'll worry about like you guys aren't smart enough to figure out when to like pull the ball back out.
Yeah.
So we're just going to go every single time, even with 48 seconds left, up 7. And it's a good philosophy because you have the edge then.
And Arkansas relies on getting to the basket because they take such bad shots. They need to get to the basket. They need to get to the free throw line. They've got the 5th highest percentage of points from the free throw line in the country. Unfortunately, Gonzaga's really disciplined. They are the best 2-point defense in the country, the best rim defense in the country. They don't put opponents on the line. The exploitable things for Arkansas just don't exist against this team. And Muss has 2 really good defenders, Au'Diese Toney, who's kind of their utility tool guy, and Jalen Williams, who has good nights and bad nights as a post defender. But he's the only post defender Arkansas has. So Muss looks down the bench. There's nobody else. Then he looks out on the floor and he sees, well, Gonzaga's 2 best players can both post up and get what they want. I've only got one guy, and he's hit and miss. I don't see where the answer is. I feel like Gonzaga is going to be able to score down low kind of at will. We mentioned they like to push tempo, but when tempo's pushed back at them, they haven't been so good. Alabama, the highest tempo team in the SEC. So Arkansas has been on this great run. They've lost 3 games since January 12th. One of them was to Alabama, who's not great, but they're just fast. They push pace. And then Arkansas did a great job slowing down Kentucky, slowing down Tennessee, slowing down those teams that want to play in that 60, 70 possessions. But when you get into a track meet with Arkansas, they don't particularly do well with that. They are so dominant in transition, Gonzaga is. I feel like there's a lot of exploitable stuff here for them. So I'm going to say Gonzaga, and I like the over. Probably more than anything, I like the Gonzaga team total over 82. That may be the way that I attack this game, but I do think the Zags have a lot of easy offense here.